Hi and welcome in Bloomberg. Today we're in Billington. We're gonna talk about lots of things about the economy in Billington. But first, we have to see the site of Billington, which is actually the most crowded and the most dense city I ever built in theotown. Actually, it's 4 million people in a really small city of actually 10 square miles or square kilometers. I don't remember right, but still it's really dense here, and there are a lot of buildings that are really small, and people live in really not good conditions. The city has a really hard skyline policy that doesn't allow most actually the majority of the most important part of the city to have skyscrapers, but still the city has 4 million people, which is the most populated city in the entire country. Even Port Island will actually surpass it in the upcoming years. So we're gonna start with the charts. So as you can see here, it's pretty much actually the same as the charts in Port Island. See that the rich class population hold a really big number, but there is a really important difference which shows to the from the inhabitants of the poor class population, which is really a large 370,000 people, even though it's 4 million compared to 3 million, but still it's a really a huge number. So we're gonna start with the chart of the population workforce and how the importance of each sector. So we're gonna start here. You can see that's the most important one is actually the inhabitants or the residents of the rich class population, which goes up to um, it hires more than 2.4 million people, which is actually the highest, and then comes the services, the banking sector, the commercial sector, which surpassed it in the 125th year, and then it happened in the 625th year also, and a little bit on the start of these 1000 on this 1125th year. So that's all about it. So we're gonna talk now about the income per month, which is really high right now, reaching more than 3 million.5 Theotonis dollars. So when it comes here to the biggest problem in the city, the healthcare system, which is at its lowest point in history. Right here in the red, you can see it has its lowest point in history because of the density of the population, which is growing faster. And there are also other sectors that were impacted with this density problem since the start of these 105th and 1000 and 125th year. So there's a little problem. So you can see here that at the start of this year, the population actually grew importantly, as you can see already on this chart. So that shows also the problem that comes with the healthcare, and education actually is not that bad, but still in a really bad spot. So when it comes to the energy burden, actually this government actually worked hard to lower the energy burden to a really the lowest point ever in history. Actually, yes, it's lowered the energy burden, and the water burden was actually lowered by the previous government. So that's all about the population, I guess. We're gonna talk about taxation and seeing that actually three sectors such as the residence, the commercial of rich people, and yes, it's only two sectors. Sorry, that reaches 1 million, the bar of 1 million Theotanis dollars, which is really the highest point ever. So when it comes to industry, it's reached 400. It reaches 400, which is lower compared to Port Island, which says that Port Island is actually an industrial city. So yes, that's all, and that's all about Billington. The debt burden doesn't exist because the city actually, sorry for that, diminished it, but still there is a really here urge to actually hire the energy burden, which is now at 80 80.7% of use, and water burden, which is at 78.9% of use. So that's all about the city of Billington. We're gonna see us later when we're gonna talk about the city of Scottington.